Well, online video networks are starting to make their mark. More and more Americans are skipping the TV remote and going to their computer to watch original content. For more people and for producers, it's an alternative to Hollywood. Blip TV, an online network, just raised $18.5 million from Bain Capital and Canaan. We're joined by its CEO, Mike Hudack. Mike, welcome to InBusiness.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
I think most people who've read a bit of your story want to know, how do you produce a show for $5? How is that possible?
You know, you don't really need that much to make great content, right? I mean, if you are editing and you have a great camera and you have a great story to tell, you can tell that story for very little money.
And that's, I mean, how does that stack up, that $5 mark, versus what it really costs to put together most of the shows?
Well, I mean, we have some incredibly popular shows that reach millions of people that only cost $5 to produce an episode. We also have some shows that cost thousands of dollars to produce that reach fewer people. So it really comes down to how much money do you need to tell your story.
Are your actors paid?
You know, we do a revenue share with the producers, and so the way that it works is we actually have series that cost only a couple of bucks to produce that then, you know, make $500,000 or $1 million a year, and then that revenue is shared back with the people who work on the series.
You are terrifying anyone who works in production or in the creation of content right now. But what's really interesting about this is the number of eyeballs that you get. You get, what, 330 million views a month on the channel.
Yep.
How do you make money?
Well, we make money through advertising. So big brands like General Motors, General Mills, AT&T, Microsoft, Google, they all advertise on these series, and then we share that revenue 50-50 with the producers.
How do they advertise?
You know, through a combination of traditional commercials, sometimes overlays that may appear on the lower third of the screen, but you know, it's pretty traditional stuff.
Subsidize things to get them down to $5 an episode out of pocket there. Now, tell me, Blip started out as a distribution network first off, but now you've gotten into the content business as well.
Well, when we started the business, we had a chicken and egg problem, which was to get great series, you need audience. In order to get audience, you need great content. So we built a distribution network to send the series to places where people already were. And then we hit a point recently where we said we have so much great content, we can actually build a destination site where people will come to watch it. And so we just did that about a month ago.
But this isn't a competitor to YouTube. You are a partner with YouTube.
That's exactly right. We're actually very close partners with YouTube.
So how does that work? They help you essentially have the pipes to distribute these things.
That's right. So YouTube is one of several distribution partners of ours. We also distribute through iTunes. We distribute through Facebook and Twitter. And then we send the content over there. And then we help manage it once it's there. And then we run ads there as well.
But with something like Apple, the criticisms often of the programs, you have to get into revenue sharing with them. They keep like 30% in revenue. Do you get to bypass that, or is it a similar arrangement?
Well, I mean, you know, we do all sorts of different deals with distributors, some of which involve revenue shares, some of which involve slot shares, some of which involve neither, and just, you know, we're providing great content which leads people to spend more time on their site.
So you just raised, as we said, that $18 million or more in financing. What are you going to do with that?
Well, we raised that a little while ago, but you know, we're expanding very quickly. I mean, our growth rate, we kind of grew like this for a while, and now we're kind of growing like this. So we're just adding a lot of people. We just hit 55 people in New York, LA, and then around the country, and we just keep adding folks.
55 people who work full time.
That's right.
On creating.
Well, we don't produce the content, so those people are actually working full time on supporting the producers who make the content.
And how does someone get their idea for a show to you?
Well, the first thing they have to do is they have to start making the show, right? Because we don't get involved in those early days. Once they do that, it's actually self-service. You can go to blip.tv, sign up, go into our dashboard, and just start distributing right away. And then as you start getting audience, we start looking at the show and helping distribute you to more places and help you start making money from advertising.
So what's your pitch when you're going out to raise money? I mean, are you positioning this as this is the future of entertainment, this is the future of television? How do you
I think
sell
it's
people
one part of that future. I think, you know, the way that I look at it really is that, you know, cable started emerging in the 70s and 80s, and it was a very small market early on. People kind of looked at the content and said, well, this is really inexpensive, this can't be as good. It's actually a very similar story. And so I think the opportunity here, you know, Viacom and Turner and all those companies came out of cable. I think there's an opportunity for similar companies to come out of internet video.
We will see. We'll track your success. Thank you so much,
Mike,
for telling your story. It's Blip TV.